The oceans cover most of our planet, and hidden within the vast Pacific lies the Mariana Trench, the deepest point on Earth. Over the years, deep-sea divers have stumbled upon astonishing discoveries that defy explanation, each stranger and more captivating than the last. From underwater UFOs to unidentified marine creatures, here are 15 shocking things deep-sea divers discovered recently that no one was ever meant to see. Number 15. UFO in Indian Ocean. We always look up in the sky in search of UFOs, but what if we've been looking in the wrong direction all along? Could the answers to some of the biggest mysteries actually be hidden in the deep, dark waters of the ocean? That happens to be the case with a bizarre alien creature that was recently caught on camera transforming into a completely new beast at a depth of 3,700 feet underwater. The video of this strange being was reportedly recorded by a remotely operated vehicle, ROV, in the Indian Ocean off the east coast of Africa. The footage shows the creature floating along before suddenly morphing into another shape, supposedly in response to ROV thrusters. Many people were stunned by the creature's unusual appearance, with some calling it the most alien-looking creature they've ever seen. Some viewers speculated that the creature might be a comb jelly, a unique species with black pigmentation that helps it to camouflage with its environment. Comb jellies are voracious predators that can expand their stomachs to hold prey nearly half their own size. It's amazing to think that there are still so many creatures living in the deep, dark depths of the ocean that we have never seen before. With advances in technology and exploration, we may continue to uncover new and bizarre creatures that challenge our perceptions of life on this planet. Who knows what other mysteries lie beneath the waves? Number 14. Where two continents drift apart. Silfra is the point where east and west meet, and it's a truly mesmerizing and otherworldly place that you won't want to miss. Picture yourself submerged in crystal-clear waters, surrounded by vibrant fish and other marine creatures, as you explore a landscape of caves and mountains unlike any other on the planet. The Silfra Crack is located within Iceland's Thingvellir National Park, where the North American and Eurasian tectonic plates meet, creating the only place on Earth where you can swim or snorkel between two continents. This geological wonder was formed during a major earthquake in 1789 and was later filled with meltwater from the nearby Langjökull Glacier, which gives it an enchanting and striking silvery appearance. The underwater world of Silfra is a marvel that can only be fully appreciated by diving or snorkeling, and it is an experience you'll never forget. As you explore the depths of Silfra, you'll encounter jaw-dropping rock formations that are simply breathtaking. The deep Silfra Crack is an absolute must-see, where you can have your photograph taken between two tectonic plates. The majestic Silver Hall is another highlight, while Silfra Cathedral's deep blue expanse will leave you speechless. Silfra Lagoon is known for its incredible underwater visibility and is also home to an array of colorful marine algae, including the famous troll hair, which adds to the magical atmosphere of this underwater world. It's no wonder that Silfra has been ranked as one of the top 10 diving sites in the world by the Professional Association of Diving Instructors, thanks to its vibrant colors and stunning scenery. Number 13. Hug from a giant octopus. We meet our friends and loved ones with a hug, but it is safe to say that receiving a hug from a giant Pacific octopus is not something we expect. For British Columbia scuba diver Andrea Humphreys, that's exactly what happened. Humphreys had a mind-blowing encounter with the octopus while diving in 3-meter deep water off Campbell River on Vancouver Island. The octopus crawled towards Humphreys' friend, who had never seen one before. Then it greeted Humphreys with a full-body hug and a kiss, lip to tentacle. Humphreys estimated its size at more than 3 meters tentacled, with a body bigger than a basketball. Humphreys has been diving for 12 years and has done more than 675 dives around the world. She describes her interaction with the octopus as the experience of a lifetime. She captured the whole interaction on video, complete with her squeals of excitement. Such close interaction with divers is rare from a giant Pacific octopus, which scientists rank as highly intelligent. Humphreys hopes that her story of her encounter raises awareness of the beauty of marine life, and she looks forward to revisiting the same diving site, hoping to find the octopus again to renew their acquaintance. British Columbia's waters are home to bizarre and fascinating creatures, and Humphreys wants to raise awareness about local marine life. If you've ever encountered any bizarre creatures, let us know in the comments below. Number 12. Brinicles, the finger of death. You might have heard of the phrase finger of death from storybooks, where a powerful being can simply touch something with their finger, and it will die instantly. But now, it's time for you to witness a real-life phenomenon that's just as fascinating and deadly, the ice finger of death. Thanks to some breathtaking footage captured by researchers, we are now able to observe the formation of these eerie finger-like structures known as brinicles. These structures are created when saltwater leaks out of cracks in floating sea ice and freezes the surrounding seawater, creating a downward-growing volume of ice that resembles a finger. While they may look delicate and otherworldly, brinicles are actually quite deadly for nearby sea creatures. As they grow and reach the seafloor, they can potentially trap and freeze unsuspecting animals like sea urchins and starfish, creating what scientists call black pools of death. Despite being aware of the existence of brinicles since the 1960s, scientists have had very little opportunity to observe them in real time, making this footage all the more special. The scientific study of brinicles is still in its early stages, and there is much to learn about these fascinating and deadly structures. So, the next time you hear the phrase, finger of death, remember that there's more to it than just a storybook fantasy. The ice finger of death is real, and if you think it's scary, wait till you see the next one. Number 11. Deep sea noises of an earthquake. Imagine being deep underwater, exploring the sea life around you, when suddenly you start hearing strange noises coming from the ground beneath you. A diver was in the water when the ground started shaking, and then heard the sounds of the earth moving. They quickly realized that this was an earthquake, which can be quite common in certain areas of the ocean. This particular earthquake was a magnitude 6.1 and occurred at a depth of 18 kilometers. The sounds created by underwater earthquakes are often described as low, rumbling booms, or sharp, cracking noises, depending on the intensity and location of the quake. These sounds are caused by the sudden release of energy as tectonic plates shift, creating vibrations that ripple through the water. In some cases, these vibrations can even be strong enough to disturb marine life, causing schools of fish to scatter or larger animals like whales to change their migration patterns. Divers who have experienced these events often report feeling a strange pressure in their ears as the sound waves reverberate through the water. The phenomenon is not just limited to earthquakes. Underwater volcanic activity can also produce similar sounds, adding to the eerie atmosphere of the deep sea. Scientists use hydrophones, underwater microphones, to study these sounds and gain insights into seismic activity beneath the ocean floor. These recordings have helped researchers better understand the dynamics of underwater earthquakes and their potential impact on marine ecosystems. But what causes these sounds to be heard underwater during an earthquake? The answer lies in the way sound travels through water. Sound travels faster and farther in water than it does in the air, which means that even small movements in the Earth's crust can create sound waves that travel through the water and are audible to divers. These underwater earthquake sounds can be quite eerie and disorienting, almost like being tapped on the side of a fish tank. In fact, that is how a goldfish feels when you tap on the tank. It's not like the sprockets of some kind of a wheel of a trawl, right? Nobody's going to be trawling way down here. Number 10. Mysterious alien holes. In the bottom of the ocean, recently mysterious trail marks were discovered in the depths. These holes look like trail markings, but there's a problem, and a big one. How could they have been made at such depths with such precision? The answer is unknown, but some are speculating that they may be the work of aliens. Scientists are puzzled by the strange markings and have been trying to figure out what could have caused them. The trail marks are arranged in a straight line, with each hole spaced evenly apart, almost as if they were created by a machine or ability. Some researchers have suggested that deep-sea mining equipment could be responsible, but no known operations have been reported in the area where the marks were found. Others have pointed out that the marks resemble feeding trails left by certain marine creatures, but no species has been identified that could create such uniform patterns. The depth at which the marks were discovered, several thousand meters below the surface, makes it even more perplexing, as few organisms or human technologies can operate at such extreme depths. The surrounding area showed no signs of disturbance, which rules out natural phenomena like underwater landslides or currents. Adding to the mystery, the marks appear to have been made recently, as there is little sediment accumulation around them. This has led some to speculate that whatever created the marks is still active in the area. Some theories suggest that they might be the result of underwater volcanic activity or the movement of tectonic plates. However, these explanations seem unlikely as they do not account for the intricate patterns of the trail marks. Another theory is that the marks were created by some kind of underwater creature that we have not yet discovered. This idea is intriguing, but it still does not explain the precision and uniformity of the trail marks. Could it be that these markings are evidence of extraterrestrial life? While it's a far-fetched idea, it cannot be completely dismissed. After all, the depths of the ocean remain one of the most unexplored areas on our planet, and we have barely scratched the surface of what lies beneath. Now it's time for today's topic. According to leaked data, a team of Discovery Channel divers made a terrifying and unexplained discovery while filming a new deep-sea documentary near the Bermuda Triangle. The expedition, meant to study underwater caverns and geological formations, took an unexpected turn when their remotely operated camera captured a massive, otherworldly creature lurking in the depths. Described as having octopus-like features, the creature appeared ancient, with bioluminescent markings along its body and unusually long, armored tentacles. The way it moved and reacted suggested an intelligence never before documented in cephalopods. As the submersible approached, the creature vanished into a deep underwater trench, leaving the crew shaken and baffled. Following this eerie encounter, the team temporarily abandoned the expedition, citing equipment malfunctions and unexplained disturbances. Though Discovery Channel has not officially commented, insiders claim that some experts suspect this could be a prehistoric species, possibly dating back millions of years. Many now wonder, was this an undiscovered species, or something even more unsettling lurking beneath the Bermuda Triangle's cursed waters? Until official footage is released, speculation continues to grow. Number 9. Deep-sea brine pool. The deep-sea brine pool, also known as the Jacuzzi of Despair, is a deep-sea basin filled with extremely salty water that is denser than the surrounding seawater. This results in the formation of a pool of brine that is completely isolated from the surrounding environment. The most interesting aspect of the deep-sea brine pool is the unique ecosystem that develops within it. The extreme conditions of the pool, including high salinity, high pressure, and low oxygen levels, create an environment that is completely different from the surrounding ocean. The edges of the pool are often lined with microbial mats, which thrive in the toxic conditions and serve as the foundation of the ecosystem. These mats are thought to support a food web that includes shrimp and other invertebrates, which have adapted to tolerate the brine's harsh chemistry. Some of these creatures are believed to have developed unique proteins and enzymes that allow them to survive in such extreme conditions. The brine itself is so toxic that any fish or other marine life that accidentally enters the pool is almost instantly killed, creating a graveyard effect at the bottom of the basin. Scientists have also discovered that the pool emits methane and other gases, which could provide clues about how life might exist on other planets with extreme environments. The unique conditions of the brine pool make it a natural laboratory for studying extremophiles, organisms that thrive in conditions previously thought to be uninhabitable. These findings have implications for astrobiology, as they suggest that life could exist in similarly extreme environments elsewhere in the universe. Despite these harsh conditions, the pool is believed to be home to a variety of creatures, including bacteria, shrimp, and other invertebrates. Some scientists believe that the bacteria found in the pool may be capable of converting sulfur into energy, while others believe that the creatures have developed special adaptations to survive in the harsh environment. But the real mystery is how they formed in the first place. Some scientists believe that the pool may have formed as a result of a salt dome collapsing, while others believe that it may be the result of an ancient meteor impact. Despite decades of research, the exact cause of the pool's formation remains a mystery. Number 8. Pablo Escobar plane. The last remaining evidence of a notorious drug smuggling operation of Pablo Escobar sits peacefully on the sandbanks just off Norman's Cay. This plane was part of an illicit and perilous world of drug smuggling that the infamous kingpin once operated in during the 1970s and 80s. Norman's Cay was a key location for drug smuggling, and Pablo Escobar was one of the many smugglers who used the island to refuel their planes and transport their illegal cargo. The plane, which is a World War II-era aircraft, is believed to have been carrying cocaine when it crashed into the shallow waters off Norman's Cay in 1980. Over the years, the wreck has become a fascinating time capsule, offering a glimpse into the dark history of the drug trade. Coral and sponges have now encrusted the plane's fuselage, turning it into a vibrant underwater ecosystem teeming with fish and other marine creatures. The eerie sight of the wreck, with its rusting metal and broken wings, serves as a stark reminder of the risks and violence associated with the drug smuggling era. Many divers report a surreal feeling as they swim through the wreckage, imagining the chaos that must have unfolded during the crash. The site has also become a popular spot for underwater photographers, who are drawn to the haunting beauty of the wreck and its marine inhabitants. Despite its grim history, the wreck has transformed into something of ecological value, proving that even the remnants of a dark past can contribute to the natural world. The passengers managed to rescue their cargo before swimming to safety, but the wreck of the plane has remained as a haunting symbol of the dangerous and deadly world of drug smuggling. Today, the wreck has become an artificial reef, attracting a variety of marine life. Divers can explore the wreckage up close and witness firsthand the damage caused by the crash. The location of the wreck, just off the south side of Norman's Cay, is easily accessible, but the dive is not for beginners. The shallow water and strong currents make it a challenging but rewarding dive for experienced divers. Number 7. Giant creepy pyrosome. Say hello to a sea worm, but not just any sea worm, a giant pyrosome that looks like it belongs in science fiction. Pyrosomes may look like translucent wind socks, but they are actually a group of tiny creatures called zooids that work together to form a free-flowing colony. These bizarre, glowing creatures are like nothing you've ever seen before, and they can grow to be over 26 feet long. One was spotted off the coast of New Zealand, and the lucky divers had a chance to swim around it and observe its intricate details up close. The divers were amazed by what they saw, hundreds of thousands of tiny creatures filtering food through their bodies and catching phytoplankton, bacteria, and even poop particles. Pyrosomes are an important food source for many sea creatures, including spiny lobsters and turtles. Predators can cling to their tubes for weeks and dine on their bodies, and in turn, these creatures can afford to take their time and extract all the nutrients they need from the pyrosomes. Aside from their practical uses, pyrosomes are also a sight to behold. Their gelatinous, tubular bodies glow with natural bioluminescence, which is where they get their name. And while they can be as small as a centimeter, they can also grow to be as big as the one you are watching right now. But who knows? There may be more gigantic ones out there. It's clear that there is still so much to learn about these mysterious creatures, but one thing is for sure, they are fascinating to watch and observe. And for those of us who may not have a chance to swim with a giant pyrosome, we can still marvel at their beauty and wonder from afar. Number 6. Train and cargo wreck. Famous shipwrecks are a common theme in history, but what we're about to show you is something truly unique, a train wreck in the water. The Saint-Chamond train wreck is a fascinating story of a catastrophic event that occurred during World War I. On December 2, 1917, a train carrying heavy artillery shells and other supplies derailed and plunged into a nearby canal in the town of Saint-Germain. The train was carrying over 200 tons of explosives, and the weight of the shells caused it to sink to the bottom of the canal. The incident was catastrophic, causing a massive explosion that destroyed the town and killed over 100 people. But what makes the Saint-Chamond train wreck so significant? For one, it has remained shrouded in mystery, with various theories and speculations surrounding the cause of the derailment. Some believe it was sabotage, while others think it was an accident caused by faulty tracks. Also, the impact on the surrounding town was immense, with many lives lost and the destruction of homes and buildings. The wreckage of the train remains at the bottom of the canal to this day, a haunting reminder of the destructive power of war and the toll that it takes on human lives. Despite the tragedy that occurred, the Saint-Chamond train wreck has become a popular spot for diverse and history enthusiasts. The twisted metal and rusted train cars are a haunting and eerie sight, providing a glimpse into the past and what happened on that fateful day in 1917. It appears to be holding on to the subsea structure. It may just be a reflex. Number 5. Underwater Museum. Cancun is not only famous for its beautiful beaches and crystal-clear waters, but it's also home to the world's only underwater art museum, the Musa. With over 500 sculptures nestled in the turquoise waters, this museum is one of a kind. Founded in 2009 by a group of visionaries, including the immensely talented British artist Jason Taylor, Musa boasts a collection of unique sculptures that blend art and marine conservation. The sculptures are made from a special pH-neutral marine concrete, designed to encourage coral growth and provide a habitat for marine life. Over time, these sculptures have transformed into thriving artificial reefs, attracting a wide variety of fish, crustaceans, and other sea creatures. Divers and snorkelers often report seeing schools of colorful fish weaving through the sculptures, creating a dynamic and ever-changing underwater experience. The museum's dual purpose of art and conservation has made it a global symbol of how creativity can support environmental sustainability. Many of the sculptures are inspired by local culture and history, adding a deeper layer of connection to the region. The placement of the sculptures also ensures that they don't disturb natural coral reefs, instead offering an alternative site for marine life to flourish. From surreal human figures to thought-provoking monuments, each sculpture has a story to tell. What's even more fascinating is that these beautiful statues have corals growing on them. One of the most iconic pieces in the collection is the Banker, a haunting reminder of corporate greed. This sculpture depicts a businessman in a suit and tie, frozen in time as he sits at his desk surrounded by sea life. Another popular sculpture is La Musa dell'Oceano, a serene human figure sitting cross-legged on the ocean floor, surrounded by vibrant coral and marine life. But that's just the beginning. The museum boasts an incredible variety of sculptures, ranging from whimsical to thought-provoking. From a VW beetle covered in colorful coral to a giant concrete head, you never know what you'll discover in this underwater gallery. Number 4. Man surviving 3 days in a sunken ship. Some stories touch your heart and make you marvel at the unbelievable things that have happened to people, and this is one of them. Meet Harrison Ajegba Okene, a man who survived an extraordinary ordeal that would have claimed the lives of many. In 2013, Okene was working as a cook on a Nigerian tugboat that was stabilizing an oil tanker. The boat had a crew of 12 people when an ocean swell suddenly struck the boat, causing it to capsize and sink into the depths of the ocean. Tragically, the entire crew, except for Okene, was asleep in their locked rooms when the incident occurred. As the ship sank, Okene was plunged into complete darkness, with only the sound of creaking metal and rushing water around him. He managed to navigate through the submerged corridors of the ship, feeling his way to the air pocket that would become his lifeline. The air pocket was small and suffocating, and O'Keen had to remain perfectly still to conserve oxygen. He later described hearing the sounds of sea creatures, including fish and sharks, scavenging the bodies of his crewmates, which added to the terror of his situation. To stay alive, he recited prayers and sang hymns, drawing strength from his faith to endure the ordeal. The water temperature was freezing, and hypothermia was a constant threat, but O'Keen's determination kept him going. At one point, he even considered giving up, but the thought of his family gave him the will to survive. Remarkably, he was rescued by a diving crew that was sent to collect the bodies from the shipwreck. They found him after almost 60 hours of being submerged. They captured the entire rescue on camera, and the footage is truly amazing. During this time in the air pocket, he managed to find 2 mattresses to stack on top of each other, which kept him above the rising water. If he had been claustrophobic or scared of deep water, his survival would have been much less likely. His calmness and composure during the ordeal saved his life. Number 3. Rare phantom jellyfish. Have you ever heard of a ghostly giant that roams the depths of the ocean? Meet the giant phantom jellyfish, a creature so rare that it's only been observed about 100 times since scientists first discovered it in 1899. This deep-sea creature is a sight to behold, with a bell that's more than 3.3 feet across and 4 feet long, ribbon-like mouth arms that can grow to be more than 33 feet long. It's like a crimson-hued balloon with eerie tentacles billowing behind it. Despite thousands of dives in Monterey Bay, this giant phantom jellyfish has only been observed in the wild 9 times by scientists. That's because these creatures live in the bathypelagic zone, a midnight world 21,900 feet below the surface where sunlight doesn't penetrate. Imagine the immense water pressure at these depths, 5,800 pounds per square inch and up, enough to crush most creatures, but not the giant phantom jellyfish. Their soft, gelatinous bodies are uniquely adapted to absorb the pressure and keep them afloat. Now, imagine a deep-water robot humming through the twilight zone of Monterey Bay, capturing rare footage of this ghostly giant. That's exactly what happened when a team from the Monterey Bay Aquarium Research Institute managed to capture video of the giant phantom jellyfish. The footage shows the jellyfish floating serenely through the depths, its tentacles trailing behind it like a graceful dance. It's hard not to be fascinated by the giant phantom jellyfish, a creature so rare and mysterious that it's like something out of a science fiction movie. This makes us wonder what other incredible creatures are lurking in the depths, waiting to be uncovered. Number 2. SS Thistlegorm. World War II wreck with treasure. Ever wanted to explore the sea to find hidden treasure? Well, the sinking of the SS Thistlegorm is a story that is just as interesting as any pirate tale. During World War II, the Thistlegorm was a vital cargo ship transporting essential supplies such as weapons, vehicles, ammunition, and uniforms to the British troops in the North African theater. However, the ship never made it to its final destination of Alexandria on Egypt's northern coast, as a collision in the Suez Canal caused it to be moored at a safe anchorage off the southern tip of the Sinai Peninsula. On the night of October 5, 1941, the ship's captain, William Ellis, returned to his cabin, hopeful that he might receive an early order to ship out. However, in the early hours of October 6, 2 German Heinkel He-111 bombers appeared in the sky above the Thistlegorm. The crew had no warning before 2 bombs hit the ship, causing a massive explosion that lit up the sky for miles around. The ship sank quickly, taking 9 crew members with it. The wreckage of the Thistlegorm lay undiscovered for many years until the famous underwater explorer Jacques Cousteau found it in the 1950s. However, the location of the wreckage was lost once again until the 1990s, when it was rediscovered due to the increasing popularity of diving in the Red Sea. Today, the SS Thistlegorm is one of the most visited wrecks in the Red Sea, and divers can explore the ship's remains, including its cargo of trucks, motorcycles, and even train parts. There it goes. Number 1. Underwater river in Mexico. Just south of Tulum, Mexico, lies a hidden gem that will take your breath away, Cenote Angelita. As you descend into the depths of the water-filled cave, you'll discover a mind-bending surprise, an underwater river that flows under the ocean. Yes, that's right, you heard it correctly, an actual river beneath the waves. But how is this even possible, you might wonder? Well, it's all thanks to the magic of science. When limestone bedrock collapses, it creates a pit that fills with a mix of fresh groundwater and saltwater. Over time, as organic matter decomposes, it forms a cloud of hydrogen sulfide that separates the freshwater from the saltwater below, creating a surreal underwater river. Divers who venture into Cenote Angelita often describe the experience as stepping into another world, where the boundary between the layers of water is so distinct it feels like crossing into a different realm. The hydrogen sulfide layer, which appears as a thick, foggy cloud, adds an eerie yet mesmerizing effect to the already stunning environment. Beneath this layer, The saltwater is darker and colder, creating a stark contrast to the clearer, warmer freshwater above. The unique conditions of the cenote also support unusual ecosystems, with certain bacteria thriving in the hydrogen sulfide layer, adding to the scientific intrigue. The cenote's depth and complexity make it a favorite spot for experienced divers, who often describe it as one of the most challenging yet rewarding dives in the world. The interplay of light filtering through the water and the dense layers creates a dreamlike atmosphere that feels almost otherworldly. As you explore the depths of the Cenote Angelita River, you'll be amazed by its beauty and mystery. With depths reaching over 100 meters, the river is layered with alternating fresh and saline water, creating an otherworldly landscape that's unlike anything you've ever seen. And if that's not enough to leave you awestruck, just think of the colorful foliage and branches of the trees that float along the river's banks. Their vibrant hues and delicate beauty set against the weight of the water make for an unforgettable sight. Thanks so much for watching our video. We hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.